Hey, this is Niels on Dynasty. Please like, share, and subscribe. Be kind, helpful, and grateful because it's better than being a jerk. And get yourself some silver, some platinum, and some crystallized osmium. You will like the results. This is a outside yard tour, my neighbor's yards, whatnot. I planted some fava beans over winter, and fava beans deposit nitrogen in the soil that benefits all the plants. And I'm going to show you. Obviously, there's oxalis here too, but fava beans. These are fava beans. Right now, they're putting nitrogen in soil. You're like, okay, Neil, now look at these rosemary. Obviously, there's fava bean all the way through here. Look at these rosemary, not rosemary. Obviously, there's tons of bees, but look at all of the bloom. Look at the magnificent amount of bloom. Even on these plants here, they're getting blooms like crazy because of all of the, well, fava beans depositing nitrogen in the soil. Fava beans. So all these plants are blooming beautifully. This one's dead. I'm trying to bring it back. My bird of paradise was doing well because I planted a fava bean right here. Now, even though I have a nice yard, I didn't plant that many fava bean around my rosemary. So my rosemary's not blooming as nice. I do have some fava. I have a couple fava up here, but apparently this other plant is taking the nitrogen and blooming like crazy. I should have put more fava out there so that my rosemary could look as beautiful as that row of purple all the way down. Purple, because there's fava beans feeding nitrogen. My bird of paradise obviously is off the hook because I've got some, and I mean, I got more blooms coming up even because that fava, there's actually two there. It's putting nitrogen directly in the soil, so I'm getting the benefits of that. Also, another spot over here. This one here is getting a little bit more nitrogen because of all the fava right here depositing nitrogen into the soil. That's why these are blooming like crazy right now. So if you plant overwinter crops in your yard, you will have a beautiful yard as well, and you don't have to spend no money on fertilizers. And as you can see, eventually my California poppy is working its way down, but more importantly than that, it's working its way up because I want to get it up here on the sidewall because in about, well, the plan was to have the seeds work their way up to where this whole wall would be covered with California poppy, and I could kill off these ones at the bottom on the sidewalk area to keep the sidewalk clean and still have poppy, you know, up off of the sidewalk onto the sidewall. That was my initial intent, but I'll be moving this year, so I'm not going to be able to bring that to fruition before I leave. But this yard is going to be beautiful before I leave because I am making sure of it with fava beans. And I mean, just look down here. Hardly any purple. Look at all that purple. So much purple because there's fava beans lining all behind all of that. It's glorious what you can do with like $5 in bean and of seeds that you can fertilize your whole yard with just by letting the fava bean grow. Now you can cut the fava bean down before it starts flowering because it right now at this size. Oh, get out of the way, bees! At that size right there of a fava bean is when it's producing the nitrates and putting them into the soil. Once it starts about within 2 or 3 weeks, I'll probably cut them down so that way the plant doesn't use the nitrogen. The plant will die off because I kill it, and the nitrates in the soil will dissolve into the soil, giving even more nitrogen. So I will have blooms all this year. These plants should be popping. All because I overwinter grew fava beans. It's a simple trick that you can use. It's not even really a trick. It's a commonsensical thing when you learn about plants. If you don't want to spend money on your garden, plant fava beans and you add nitrogen to your garden. There's other plants that also do the same thing. That's why I'm big on the microfungi network in soil, the microbial network or the mycelia network, as Paul Stamens calls it. because it transfers nutrients from plant to plant. So if you get symbiotic plants growing in a similar area or real close to each other, they will share resources, costing you less money to keep your nice, beautiful garden. Those are growing techniques of the Indians, the Amish, the Almanac, Farmer's Almanac. These are things that you can get from old school growing techniques. And you can get a fabulous yard, fabulous crops off your gardens and your fruit and nut trees with less money. And also, for as far as trees go, if you have fruit trees and nut trees and you think they take too much water, do a little research. They've got these little clear buckets you put around the base of your trees to where you water inside that little clear bucket. And the evaporation rate that you lose most of your water from watering trees evaporates, hits that bucket, and it re-waters the tree to where you lose 90% less of the evaporated water when you water your trees. Therefore, you save money on watering. There's different techniques out there where you can really save money and get better crops on a small level, not on a monoculture level. Monsanto can't afford to do these techniques. They don't make money off of it. They find ways to make chemicals they can sell you to subvert nature. Nature works best. Take it to your advantage. Nature's free. Have a great day.